Human beings have done our actions, they have done their actions, and now the nature has begun its reaction in the opposite direction. So naturally, we will have to take some measures before it is very long or it becomes very late for us, for our survival. So the role of human beings, I'm going to be very short and very brief as we have got limited time. The role of human beings actually for all these tragedies and for all these disasters, who is responsible? It is the human beings who is responsible for all these disasters in the current era, as is the result of the human activities. Human activities have increased concentrations of greenhouse gases, as you all know, and because of greenhouse gases, the temperature of Earth is continuously rising and glaciers are melting, and all other side effects we can see, which we can see are due to the global warming. That is the one term we just coined over here. These effects compound the effects of the climatic change, making it more difficult for the ecosystem to adapt. You must be aware that we are nowadays talking about pollution, every type of pollution we can see around us. Habitat fragmentation, fauna and feed have to be changed, and they had to fragment from their original habitat. They have to be shifted from the original habitat because their habitat are getting constructed. Yeah. Invasive species, new species are being developed, and all these are due to the role of human beings or the intervention of human beings in their habitat. So the responsibility lies on our shoulders, that we should minimize this so that the survival of other animals, other feeds, other fauna along with us is protected. Second, the main cause of this is when the natural resources are depleted faster than they can be replenished, an unsustainable scenario arises, which is why human activity must only consume natural resources at a rate which they can replenish organically. This is a must, and this is the main focus, or this is the main basis of the sustainable development, as Principal Sir also had quoted just now. The inability to sustain human life is a long-term effect of environmental degradation, and such deterioration on a global scale should suggest an increase in human death rates until the population fall below the deteriorated ecosystem that ecosystem can support. So this is the way, or either what will happen if we are not going to awake now, or if we are not going to change ourselves, then the environment will change us, and finally this will lead to the death, or it will lead to the extinction of the species. Now, how do we react to these disasters or tragedies? There are three possible ways that human beings can react. First one is to move away from the tragedy or disaster place, just like in case of the Joshimath, where the peoples were evacuated. Second is to adapt. This is the most very simple and most possible way to adapt ourselves, and this adaptation takes place through the sustainable development, take place through sustainable development. So this is the very possible field where we can do the sustainable development, adapt ourselves, and can secure our survival. And if we are not going to do all these things, then the last and but the least is that the death is the only possible way, or we will die. Now the adaptation. I will just brush these terms, not going into deeper meaning or deeper senses of these. We'll just brush. What is adaptation? Adaptation is a process through which societies make themselves better able to cope with an uncertain future. There are many options. There are many options and opportunities to adapt. We can adapt just now. In case of the COVID-19, we adapted ourselves to this virus, deadly virus, by using certain precautions, just like wearing masks or sanitizing, and maintaining social distances. This is the type of adaptations that we have taken and measures. So to adapt, that is a very good, and we have survived. For adaptation and survival, secondly, we will have to discover new technologies. We will have to change the pattern of living. We will have to change the pattern of manufacturing, and we will have to change the new, or we will have to adopt new technologies, among which special emphasis is being given to the 3R, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle. We are all familiar with these 3 Rs. Second is sustainable development. What I basically feel is that the sustainable development and green chemistry are, they run side by side. They are almost the same things. They run side by side. In case of sustainable development, we have got more focused on the industrial development, whereas in case of the green chemistry, we just focus on the greener side. That's why it is named as green or circular side, which we will discuss later on in these slides. Now, just to get acquainted with what is sustainable development, and I have given the slide. Sustainable development is a concept which was developed first time in 1987 and with the publication of Brundtland Report. And what did he stated? He stated that by the industrialization and population growth, we are moving towards negative environmental consequences. When we are moving towards negative environmental consequences, naturally our development, our growth, and our globalization will be hampered, or it will be reduced. It will be reduced. So we will have to get up or wake up so that this can, the negative environmental deterioration can be reduced. We cannot stop it, but we can reduce it by following certain principles or by following certain steps. If we are going to give a definition for sustainable development, it is the organizing principle for meeting human development. See, I am focusing on human development goals, while at the same time sustaining the ability of the natural system to provide the natural resources and ecosystem services upon which the economy and society depends. So we cannot stop the development, but we will have to minimize, or we will have to use judiciously or wisely the resources which are present with us. The desired result is a state of society. If we follow the sustainable development, then what is the desired result? It is a state of society where living condition and resource use continue to meet human needs without it undermining the integrity and the stability of the natural system. This is a very complicated definition. So as stated by your principal just now, the simple definition is sustainable development can be classified as development that meets the needs of today or present without compromising the ability of the future generation. If we want our species to continue, we will have to think about the future generation. We will have to leave something healthy, greener, and some resources for them to utilize. On global scale, that is the slogan which was given, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Until and unless all of us work together, we will not be able to overcome these tragedies or disasters. So the contribution of each and every individual is very important in this time. The question arises, development at what cost? We need development also, we need sustainability also. How is it possible? Both of the things, how it is possible? We need development. If we stop development or we reduce development, then we are helpless, because we have got such a large population and we cannot feed such a large population without development. You need jobs, you need food, fodder, etc., animals. So the development is very necessary. But at this moment, when the climate change is almost striking day in and day out, we must re-evaluate the ways in which we are developing. So we will have to re-evaluate, or we will have to reconstruct the ways through which we are developing. So the development at what cost? Second is sustainability at what cost? Sustainability leads to, if we talk about sustainability, that is to use the resources wisely. How can we use the resources wisely? By forming the alternate methods. For example, when we say that the fossil fuel, minimize the use of fossil fuels, then we should have certain other fuels through which we can continue our development. That part is said to be a sustainable development or sustainability, and this is more or less very much related to the green chemistry. The green chemistry and sustainability, as earlier stated by me, they run side by side. So this is the sustainability. Now, the most important problem which arises in India is that our country is very large. It is very diverse and complex topographically. Somewhere land, somewhere desert, somewhere river, etc. Climatically also it is very different, culturally and population-wise. You all are aware of this situation of India. This is the reason why the organization find it very difficult to implement certain rules and regulations or carefully drafted interventions. So nowadays, the government have taken a step that instead of only government to participate in this project, they are involving the industrialists and NGOs also to participate in sustainable development. When all the three, government, NGOs, and industrialists, they participate or they contribute to the sustainable development, then only we will be able to have a greener earth, or there the role of green chemistry comes into play. Sorry for the interruption. The slide was something disturbed. How can we achieve sustainable development? The sustainable development can be achieved through these four points which I have mentioned here. That is environmental balance. We will have to have an ecological and environmental balance. For this balance, we will need certain appropriate technology. Proper technology can be used so that we can save the environment. We will have to reduce consumerization or consumerism. And if all the three are followed, naturally, we will have an economic development. So to introduce some of these terms which I have mentioned here, the first term, ecological balance or environmental balance. It is more frequently discussed element. It is concerned with the reduction of carbon footprints. As you all are aware, and recently we had COP28 conference in Dubai, where the delegates who met over there, they focused their attention to the carbon footprints, reducing the carbon footprints, water usage, non-decomposable packaging, and wasteful processes as part of a supply chain. When we are going to use certain technology, these processes must be cost-effective, financially useful, and should have environmental sustainability. Then only we will be able to we can protect the earth from all other hazardous things. Second, appropriate technology. We will have to use appropriate technology so that the consumption of resources can be lessened and the products which are produced, they should have less waste. Because as you all know, disposable of waste is also a very great problem which we all are suffering. In this case, the technology which we can use or which we can help us, that is 3 R's, as we have already mentioned: reduce, reuse, and recycle. So we will have to use a technology which uses all the 3 R's. This is consumerism. The Mahatma Gandhi long back provided us with he stated that earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed. So we will have to consume, or we should consume. I emphasize that we should consume only how much is needed by us. This is called as consumerism. In case we have got a data of US, that US has got only the population 4.7% of the whole world population, but it consumes 25% of the world resources. In the same manner, worldwide, 99% of everything, whichever we are buying or whichever is brought by us, is no longer in use after 6 months. So that is a mere waste, and this waste we will have to reduce. And when we are going to reduce this, then only we can satisfy the greener part of the earth. So consumerism should be controlled for the sustainable development, for the green chemistry development. Last but not least, economic development. We all need economic development, then only we can flourish over on the earth. So we have ignored this marrying economics with ecology and ecology with economics. We are nowadays not taking into account this concept. So we need to reintegrate them if the species, environment, and people are to survive. That is, marrying ecology with economics is very important for sustainable living. Ecology means environment, and economics means development. When we take into care the ecology and economics, then no one can stop us from the economic development. And this can be achieved through green chemistry. The principle of green chemistry is basically more or less that of sustainable development. What do you mean by green chemistry? The green chemistry has provided a framework for chemists to do their past in contributing to the broad scope of global sustainability. So naturally, through green chemistry, what we are going to achieve is the sustainability. And the main focus of the green chemistry is also to investigate the ways to reduce the environmental impact or environmental pollution through the chemical processes and products which we are going to produce. The processes and products include the development of greener technologies, as earlier stated, use of renewable energy, and design of more new and more efficient chemicals. It also plays an important role in the achievement of sustainable development goals by providing research and development that can be used to create safer, more efficient chemical products. So if we summarize it, we find that the green chemistry is there to produce certain products, or to produce the safer products which are less harmful, and they are less hazardous to us, to the whole environment, we can say. Green or circular chemistry. The circular chemistry or chemical industry needs to rethink its relationship to the nature. That's why ecology comes here. When the ecology is taken into account, then we can move towards the greener chemistry or towards the circular chemistry. So the chemical industry need to rethink its relationship to the nature and try to become more efficient and greener. How this is possible? So there are certain ways through which we can move towards the greener planet, that I will give some examples in the last slide. Right now, this is very important related to the industries. The green chemistry is present throughout the life cycle of a product, whether it is industrial, whether it is agricultural, or other methods. The green chemistry is related towards the whole life cycle. From the very beginning, how we are going to produce, or from the very beginning of its design, in case of agricultural, how we are going to farm, or how we are going to have harvest. Then after its design, its manufacturing, what method we are going to use for the manufacturing of materials or for the manufacturing of the food. And lastly, the product which we are going to get, how we are going to minimize the waste products and how we are going to use the final use or the final product which we have processed. So the green chemistry is present in all the three stages, from the very beginning to the very last of the cycle. That's why it is said that the life cycle, entire life cycle of a product consists of green chemistry. The basic thing of the basic principle of the green chemistry is to make effort so that the future chemistry is less hazardous, less harmless, less poisonous, more energy efficient, and the waste disposable can be reduced, producing innovative products with less consumption of natural resources. We need to learn what a more resource efficient and environmental friendly chemistry we can make. We all are chemistry people, not those who are normal people also, or laymen also. They can also contribute they can also give their contribution for making our earth greener and safer, less hazardous and less poisonous. However, whatever process we are going to follow, it should be cost effective, it should be financially useful, and it should consume less energy. You know where that when the products are formed and when we have to dispose the products, for the disposable of the waste, disposable of the products also we need energy. So, however, for the production, for its disposable also we need energy. So, we should think of methods or technologies where the waste disposable needs minimum energy. Plastic design. Plastic is a very integral part of our life, has become a very integral part of our life. So the design should be made in biodegradable and sustainable produced so that it can be reduced. Nowadays, we are doing this also. This I will give you certain examples of this. Certain examples of green chemistry, how we are moving towards the green chemistry. Now here replacing cement with agricultural waste composite made from wheat straw and perlite and hydrocarbon degrading microbes. We can replace the cement with all these materials. I have shown here a photo and you all must be aware of the pic which is seen here. This is Kumar Vishwas and this is his farmhouse. He have developed or he has constructed his farmhouse totally based on the natural things. That is, instead of cement, he has taken the agricultural waste and have developed the walls, ceilings, flooring, everything. In fact, apart from that, he has got a farmhouse, is growing all the feed and fodder organically. So slowly and steadily, I can say that we are transferring from towards the greener side or towards the green chemistry. Apart from this, our researchers have also done removal of heavy metals by using the plant microbe symbiosis. These are also very common now, that the heavy metals from the water are being removed with the help of the microbes. This is also greener part of the chemistry. Then most importantly, agricultural waste is used now in a textile industry to produce fibers, or it is taking the place of fibers to manufacture the fibers. Recently in Bhilwara Textile Industries in Rajasthan, 2 units have been placed in which the plastic bottles, which is where they are using these plastic bottles to convert into fiber and to make the clothes or to in the textile industry. So naturally the people or industries is also giving they are contributing their role for the greener chemistry or towards the sustainable development. Same part, instead of using all these chemical insecticides and pesticides, which now have caused a great damage to not only earth, but to also living system, causing various cancers, diseases, etc. We are now replacing these by bioherbicide, bioweedicide, and biofuel, which we are going to produce through the agricultural waste, have also been explored. So the thing is that we are doing all these things and we are naturally working towards it. We have awakened, but this is the Plasto Focus, which is going to be held from 1st to 5th February 2024. Here the plastic industry, revolution in plastic industry is the main focus of this convocation or this delegation, which is going to be held in New Delhi. Here they are going to convert the plastic. They are going to give the techniques where the sustainability can be used, how the plastic can be removed or replaced by certain other methods, nuts and other chemicals or other valuable things, so that the pollution can be lessened and and we can move towards the sustainability. So the sustainable growth is they are going to discuss about the sustainable growth of the plastics, new technologies, and what we are using nowadays. So undoubtedly or undeniably, sustainable development is the need of the hour. With the advent of energy efficient technology, a harmonious marriage between the development and environment is possible. Now we are doing all these efforts, and it is possible nowadays that we can do certain sustainable work so that our earth can be protected and it can be survived. It is a time that each one of us adopt. I emphasize this word, each one of us. We ourselves, each one of us, are responsible, and we have to play our role for the sustainability. We have to contribute towards sustainability. So each one of us adopt an energy efficient and green mindset and use the natural resources available equitably, judiciously, and save them for our future generation, as the best way to predict future is to create it. Now, before concluding my speech, I would like to narrate a story where the contribution of each one is very important, which emphasizes the contribution of each one of us. I would like to narrate the story in Hindi. एक बार की बात है, एक चिड़िया थी, उसने समुद्र के किनारे अपने घोंसला बनाया और समुद्र के किनारे उसने अपने अंडे दिए। और जैसे ही टाइड आई, समुद्र ने उन अंडों को बहा करके ले गए। चिड़िया को बहुत दुख हुआ, चिड़िया बहुत परेशान भी हुई और दुखी मन से वो सोचने लगी कि ऐसा क्या किया जाए कि मुझे मेरे वो अंडे, जिसमें कि मेरे बच्चे थे, जिसमें कि उसमें लाइफ थी, वो वापस मिल सके। तो उसने ये सोचा कि मैं इस समुद्र को सुखा दूं। जस्ट थिंक what was her future. She started thinking that I should dry this sea. धीरे धीरे उसने क्या किया कि वो अपने चोंच में पानी भरने लगी और उस एक बूंद पानी को, जस्ट अ सिंगल ड्रॉप ऑफ वाटर जो उसकी चोंच में आ रहा था, उसको लेकर के वो सैंड पर डाल रही थी। तो धीरे धीरे उसने सोचा मैं इस तरीके से पूरे समुद्र को सोख लूंगी, विच वॉज एन इम्पॉसिबल टास्क फॉर हर। लेकिन तब तक क्या हुआ, शी वॉज वेरी मच डिटरमिन्ड। एक और पक्षी आया, उसने उससे पूछा ये क्या कर रही हो तुम? तो उसने बताया सारी कहानी, शी टोल्ड हिम द होल स्टोरी। तो उसने कहा अरे तुम तो पागल हो, हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल टू ड्राई दिस सी? तो उसने एक ही शब्द कहा कि इफ यू कैन हेल्प मी देन यू हेल्प मी, अदरवाइज डोंट एडवाइस मी, जस्ट गेट आउट ऑफ हियर। इतना सुनते ही दूसरे पक्षी ने सोचा जब इस ये कर सकती है तो मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता। वो भी उसकी हेल्प करने लगा। And within few seconds, within few minutes and within few hours, whole gallantry, पूरी की पूरी, ये जो पक्षी थे, बहुत सारे different types of birds, they came there, they gathered there, and everyone started sucking the sea, so that the sea can be dried. उसी समय विष्णु भगवान भी अपने गरुड़ के साथ वहां से जा रहे थे। जब गरुड़ ने देखा अरे यहाँ तो मेरी पूरी फैटर्निटी खड़ी है, व्हाट दे आर डूइंग ओवर देयर, he also asked the birds and he also told them that it is impossible, but the determination of the birds, they said if you want to help, please help, don't advise. And finally Garud left Vishnu over there and he also started helping those birds. When Lord Vishnu saw this, their commitment, then he had to give back the eggs of the bird. So the contribution, what I want to emphasize is that we just ignore that rules and regulations are being formed, they are framed, but we don't follow. Those rules and regulations are for others and not for us. We just think that मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, and we just leave the things over there. No, It is very possible that you all can contribute, we all can contribute, I myself can contribute. So I think that we all should contribute whatever we can to for the sustainable development. In this way, we can reduce. For example, what I can do, I can use paper bags. If not paper bags, I can use the thalas with the cloth bags, reduce the pollution in any way, or to reduce the use of water, that is, don't waste water. Those simple steps, we can take certain simple steps and attain sustainability in some form or other. So let us all reaffirm our commitment to work together for the common objective for greener, cleaner, healthier planet, as we have only one earth, we are one family, and we share one future which we should make safe, less hazardous, less pollution, less harmless, and very green and clean. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable guidance regarding green chemistry for sustainable development. It will definitely help us in future. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable information.
Thank you so much, Varsha.
Welcome, sir, Margie, sir. It gives me a immense pleasure to extend to you a very warm welcome, and on behalf of MSP Mandal, Yashwantrao Chauhan College, who has clubbed all of us for national seminar on green chemistry for sustainable development. Margie, sir.
Hello.
Sir, येतोय ना आवाज?
Yes, yes.
It gives me a huge pride and pleasure to introduce our co-host for honor, Dr. Marje sir. It's really been an honor for our college to organize such a beautiful program with such an amazing guest, Dr. Marje sir. Words are too short to describe their achievements. Dr. Balaji Marje sir, Professor, Department of Chemistry, Vasantrao Naik College, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Sir, total experience 18 years, member of both Board of University Teachers Research, DST, Fast Track Young Scientist, Best Researchers. Sir, research papers published 36 international level and 77 national levels. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
So to know more about green chemistry for sustainable development, we would like to call Dr. Balaji Mardi sir to share some knowledge on the topic.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for a nice introduction. First of all, I congratulate respected principal, management, and organizing secretary to organize a very nicely one-day national level seminar at your college. And thank you very much for inviting me as a, resource person. Jyoti Sharma madam has given a very nice lectures on green chemistry for sustainable development. So my topic is related to that. That is a green chemistry for the sustainable development. First of all, I would like to share my PowerPoint presentation. So wait for 2 minutes.
Hello.
Hello.
Balaji sir,
Yes, sir.
is there any problem?
For sharing the PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, sir. अलीकडे उचल काय प्रॉब्लेम याला
Okay.
It's visible, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, please
So,
proceed.
my name is Dr. Balaji Rajendra Madje. I am from Vasantrao Naik Mahavidyalaya, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. I am in this field last from 18 years. I thankful to Milind Gaikwad sir for introducing me as a resource person in our college. This topic is very nice. You have chosen the topic very nice. That is the green chemistry for a sustainable development. Dr. Jyoti Sharma madam has given very nicely regarding the sustainable development of green chemistry. We know that the green chemistry means we are aware that word, that is the green chemistry. Green chemistry is an approach to chemical design and production that aims to minimize the use and generation of hazardous substances. It focuses on developing sustainable and environmentally friendly practices in various industries. So, what is green chemistry? Green chemistry, it minimizes the wastage. We know that this green chemistry, what is the need of green chemistry? Because we heard that this green chemistry, before that, we know that the physical chemistry, organic chemistry, industrial chemistry. Now this new word is introduced from last decade, that is the green chemistry. Being a chemistry student and a researcher, we know that why do we need green chemistry? This green chemistry is a very prominent part of our daily lives. Chemical developments also bring a new environmental problems and harmful unexpected side effects, which result in the need of greener chemical products. We know that a famous pesticide, that is the DDT, the hundreds of tons of hazardous waste are released to the air, water, and land by industry every hours of every day. The chemical industry is the biggest source of such wastage. In recent year, the Pollution Control Board regulate to reduce the harmful emission, effluents, and worker safety. And this green chemistry is depends upon these 12 principles. That is, one is prevent waste. You know what is prevention? Okay, it is better to prevent the waste than to treat or clean up waste after it has been created. The second one is atom economy. Atom economy means synthetic methods should be designed to minimize the incorporation of all materials used in the process into the final product. That means whatever you are using the reactant, that is A or B, that the conversion may be the 100% conversion should be there. That is called as the atom economy. Next principle is the less hazardous chemical synthesis. During the synthesis of new products or the compounds, wherever practicable, synthetic methods should be designed to use and generate substance that possess little or no toxicity to peoples or the environment. And design safer chemical. This is the next principles. And this design safer chemicals, how we design the chemicals. This chemical product should be designed to effect their desired functions, which minimize their toxicity. During the research, we use the safer solvent. Safer solvent means this should be made unnecessary whenever possible and inconvenience when used. To design for energy efficiency. Energy efficiency, that means energy requirement of chemical process should be recognized for their environment and economic impact and should be minimized. If possible, synthetic methods should be conducted at ambient temperature and pressure. That means the next principle is use of renewable feedstocks. This use of renewable feedstock means the raw materials or the feedstock should be renewable rather than the depleting whenever technicals and economical practicables. To reduce the derivatizations, that means unnecessarily derivatizations should be minimized or avoided if possible, because such steps require additional reagents and can generate waste. Use a new catalyst or the mild catalyst, that means catalytic reagents, that be selective catalyst may be possible, are superior to stoichiometric reagent. Now, if you see this design for the degradation is very important. The chemical products should be designed so that at the end of their functions, they break down into inconvenience degradations products and do not persist in the environment. Real-time analyze for the pollution prevention. In pollution prevention, analytical methodology needs to be further developed to all the real times in process monitoring control prior to the formation of hazardous substances. These are the principles. On this principle, this green chemistry is based on this 12 principles. And what is green synthetic techniques? Many researchers use this green synthetic techniques nowadays. Use of catalyst, microacid reactions, ionic liquid, solvent-free reactions, ultrasonication, by stirring, grinding. These new techniques used in a so what is microwave irradiation techniques? We know that this words, that is microwave. We are familiar with this microwave. We are using this microwave in a domestic also and in a synthetic purpose also. It is a powerful and efficient method for the conducting a chemical reactions, commonly referred to the microwave assisted reaction. What are the advantages of these reactions? Advantages of this microwave assisted reactions are the reaction is rapid, uniform heating, enhanced reaction. So these are the importance of the reactions. If you do the reaction in a conventional heating and the microwave heating, obviously the time for conventional heating, it requires the more time as compared to the microwave heating. Nowadays, this ionic liquid catalyst is used for the synthesis of too many heterocyclic compounds. This term ionic liquids refers to the type of liquid that is compressed entirely, that is ions which are charged practically. In a typical ionic liquid, the cations and anions are present in the liquid state. So what are the properties of this ionic liquids, this ionic liquid is high thermally stable. It is a low vapor pressures, high electric conductivity, wide electrochemical windows. And what is in green chemistry as a sustainable developments? This ionic liquid is used as a green solvent. It is a very lubricant, and it is used in too many heterocyclic compounds. So that organocatalysts are used to accelerate or to control the rate of chemical reactions. In organocatalyst, that is the ionic liquids, amino acids, organic acids. There are a number of organic acids or amino acids are available in our laboratory. That is also phase transfer catalyst is available in our laboratory. Even though in a BSc laboratory, such type of catalyst we can use in a simple transformation reactions to avoid the use of hazardous catalyst or the chemical. Nowadays, we know that this n number of heterocyclic compounds are synthesized nowadays in a different laboratories. The importance of heterocyclic compounds are in a pharmaceutical industry, in a agrochemical industry, in a coordination chemistry, material science, dyes and pigments, or in a chemical industry. That means huge heterocyclic compounds are used and synthesized by using such type of green catalyst, that is ionic liquids, organocatalyst, or ionic liquid. Now let us see some examples which I have carried out in our laboratory as a green approach. That is microacetate ionic liquid catalyzed one-pot synthesis of hexahydroquinone derivatives. See the reactants. In this, we have used the simple molecules for the conversion or for the synthesis of hexahydroquinone derivatives. For this reaction, we have used ionic liquids as a green solvents. We have optimized this catalyst, and we got result, that is the 95% yields. Here we have used, that is R, as a different functional group, that is methyl, methoxy, hydroxy, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, etc. And we can use a simple molecule, that is the aldehydes, which are available in our laboratory, and to synthesize such type of heterocyclic compounds by using ionic liquids. And these synthesized compounds characterized by IR spectroscopy, by H1NMR spectroscopy, C13, and by mass spectroscopy, because this formed molecules we can characterize it by using spectroscopic techniques. The second molecule, that is synthesis of pyrazoles derivative by using the ionic liquids. Here also say this is synthesis reactions, and only by grinding, there is no use of solvents, only used as ionic liquids as a catalyst and solvent also. And this reaction is carried out by grinding methods only. And we got very good results for this reactions, and this almost 8 to 10 derivatives we have synthesized in our laboratory. One of my research student, that is Amol Sapkar, has synthesized this reaction as carried out in our laboratory. That means we have find out the new techniques, that is the green synthetic techniques, means by using the ionic liquids in a grinding methods. And this synthesized compounds, obviously, we have characterized by using IR, NMR, mass, and C13 NMRs. Another one reactions we have synthesized by using the organocatalyst. You see, this reaction is a very famous reaction, that is the dihydropyrimidines. N number of catalysts are used for this synthesis of reactions of different scientists. But we have developed this new synthetic routes for this reaction by using, that is the monosodium glutamate as a organocatalyst at reflux temperatures. See the reactants, different aldehydes we have taken, and ethyl acetoacetate and urea. See the reactants. These reactants are available in our laboratory. We have not used to different heterocyclic reactants which are not available in our laboratory, but simply it is easily available in our laboratory, and such type of reactants used for this synthesis of 3,4-dihydropyrimidine by using the MSG, that is the monosodium glutamate as a organocatalyst. And this obviously that is the 9 derivatives we have derived from these reactions. We have characterized these synthesized compounds by IR, NMR, and C13. Very famous reaction. We know that we aware that ibuprofen and this classical route is synthesized in 1960. Now, this ibuprofen tablet is used to reduce the fever, to reduce the pain. We know that, but in 1960, this reaction it requires this is the it required 6 steps for the synthesis of ibuprofen, and during the synthesis it releases hazardous chemical, that is the HCl, then or waste acetic acids, and after that the new scientists, that is the Boots and Hodges, developed the synthetic routes to improve the production of this ibuprofen only in 2 to 3 steps reactions, and this released acetic acid. Here there is no any solvents. This reactants reacts in the presence of acetic anhydride and hydrogen fluoride. It releases the acetic acid. We can recover the acetic acid and again reuse that acetic acid in the reactions, and there is no any solvents required for that reaction for the synthesis of ibuprofen. And this technique is developed by Boots and Hodges scientists. In this stoichiometric reagent is used. So such type of reactions we have carried out in our laboratory. My suggestion is that for the students and researcher, even though we can at college levels, we can do a very nicely research by using a simple molecules. And the importance of green chemistry in industry, we know that the green chemistry plays a crucial role in promoting sustainability and reduces the environmental impact of chemical process by minimizing the use of toxic substance, converging the resource, and reduces waste. Green chemistry helps protect the human health and the planets. Now, lastly, I would like to say that the green chemistry, not a solution to all environmental problems, but the most fundamental approach to preventing the pollution. So, thank you very much for listening. and thank you very much for inviting me as a research person. आमच्या कॉलेजमध्ये 19 आणि 20 तारखेला नॅक पीअर टीम येणार आहे. त्याच्यामुळं मला महाविद्यालयातून फोन येत आहेत बरे, पण मिलिंद गायकवाड सरांनी माझं नाव सजेस्ट केल्यामुळे त्यांना मी नकार देऊ शकत नाही. त्यामुळे लगेच सरांनी फोन केल्याबद्दल त्यांना होकार दिला आणि सरांना सांगितलं की आमचे असं नॅकची कामं चालू आहेत. 19-20ला पीअर व्हिजिट टीम येते आहे. त्यांनी सांगितले ऑनलाईन आहे, तुम्ही आमच्यासाठी वेळ द्या. So thank you very much. If you have any questions regarding this presentations, you can ask me. This session is open for the open discussion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable guidance regarding green chemistry for sustainable development. It will be definitely help us in future. Thank you, sir, for your valuable information. Now, I would like to call Ms. Gayatri Kadam Madam for vote for thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am here to offer my thanks on behalf of all the students and staff. We would especially like to thank our chief guest, Dr. Jyoti Sharma ma'am and Dr. Marje sir for accepting our invitation and joining us today. Your presence has boosted our energy and your thoughts have inspired us all. Your words have really motivated us. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate our principal, Dr. Shirsat sir, and our vice principal, Dr. Shinde sir, for always encouraging and directing us. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Ghadge sir, our science coordinator, who support us to work hard and do our best. I also want to thank all of you for joining and helping us to make this day great and special for all of us. Any event is unsuccessful without a loving and appreciating audience who are attending. To all people who are attending here deserves many thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
शिरसाट सर नमस्कार.
End program. चांगला झाला.